Thanks for joining me again for another Pixie Talks review vlog.
Pixie Talks, reviews and vlogs at Pixie Talks. Pixie Talks, reviews and vlogs at Pixie Talks.
Woo! So, continuing from last week, more sci-fi anime. This one was recommended by a YouTube user, and I am so sorry I could not find the original comment where you mentioned this title, so I couldn't grab your username. But thank you very, very much for the recommendation. Fatima Inverted was a very recently released anime sci-fi film, so this week we're going to be taking a look at a very old anime sci-fi film. They Were 11. They Were 11 is an anime sci-fi from the 80s. It has a very classic style and feel to it, and no wonder. The manga that it was based on is by Moto Hagio, who is rather legendary as the founding mother of the classic shoujo anime style. It's very pretty, and it's easy to see the roots for a lot of modern shoujo in her work. The story revolves around a group of students all trying to get into a very prestigious space academy in the distant future. The group of 10 are expected as a final task to run a space station for the duration of its orbit, but a number of complications arise, including there being a mysterious 11th member to the group, numerous explosions, and deadly diseases threatening all of their lives. They must work together to solve the mystery and survive. It's a rather intriguing mystery plotline reminiscent of murder mysteries and whodunits, as the group struggles to work together in the midst of mistrust and suspicion. And what the movie absolutely excels at is in building a tremendous atmosphere and tension. As the clock ticks towards their inevitable deaths and the stakes are raised, the mood is increasingly riddled with anxiety, and that transfers to the audience very well. I was pleasantly surprised that they managed to make the relatively simple plotline move in such a way as to be totally engaging the entire way through. And a lot of this is due to its expertly placed humor and well-executed moments of levity. The story is serious and the situation is serious, but it still takes its time to let you actually get to know and really like the characters, as well as gives the audience moments of lightheartedness with them. But we can't talk about We Are 11's characters without addressing Frawl. Frawl's character is layered and strange, and to modern audiences may be a bit problematic. Frawl's people don't develop a gender until they are of age, and only the firstborn in a family is allowed to become a male. Males rule on Frawl's planet, taking about 8 wives each who all become working slaves to their husband masters. Considering this, Frawl understandably hates the idea of becoming a woman, and is trying to get into this academy because, as the youngest of the family, Frawl would have no way to become male unless achieving some sort of huge honor like making it into a prestigious academy. To be clear, this is not a transgendered character trying to become acknowledged as the opposite gender to their biological gender. This is a character that doesn't have a physical gender and only wants to be male because they perceive being female as being inferior. There are a lot of ways to look at the character of Frawl. Feminists might be upset that Frawl's steadfast determination to become male wavers due to her love for a man, but it also has to be understood that the only reason Frawl doesn't want to be female in the first place is because of how terribly females are treated on her planet, which is kind of really awful. Well, then we get into Frawl's planet. It might feel like it's a weird thing to write into your story, but was it a pointed and barbed commentary on how women are actually treated? Or perhaps it's just a tacky way to write gender drama into the story. It doesn't help things that Frawl is constantly being portrayed as weak, incompetent, and obnoxious, but Frawl is also the most complexly written character of the entire cast. It kind of left me scratching my head on how to feel about it, but in the end I just kind of gave up thinking about it too much. I quite enjoyed the presence that Frawl brought to the film regardless. The artwork and animation in They Were 11 is certainly dated, but it's that kind of classic shoujo style that I absolutely love and gravitate to. It's iconic and unique, and when I think shoujo, I absolutely think this sort of thing. It's beautiful and elegant with long flowing hair and big sparkly eyes. The character designs are pretty standard, however, but they fit well with the setting. Besides, I'm a huge fan of the white-haired Bishonen archetype, so I was not unhappy with its designs. All in all, I absolutely absolutely loved this film. I thought it a great example of this era of anime as well as sci-fi anime in general. It was engaging, thoughtful, and well-paced. The characters were intriguing and I enjoyed becoming engrossed in their stories. If you like classic anime, definitely take the time to check out this gem. And that's my review of They Were 11. Thank you again for the recommendations. Sorry again that I don't have your username. Please be sure to subscribe for more, add me on Facebook and Twitter, etc., etc., and I'll see you next week. Bye!